morning, everyone. I am live from Östersund. I don't know if you know me. Probably you do if you've been following the channels, but my name is Giulio. Привет, Dimas. Good morning to all of you joining. This is a little experiment we wanted to do. Привет, Cosmofun. Good morning, Vita Victoria. Hi, Artem. It's nice to see many people awake so early in the morning. I hope you had a привет. It's good to see many people awake so early in the morning. But the idea is to be completely for you here. I'm very happy to answer any of your questions. To give you a little bit of insight from Östersund. My name is Giulio. I'm working for IBU, as this logo says. I've been your voice for the week here in Östersund, and I speak Russian. Not that well, I'm afraid. I'm improving though, so maybe by the end of the season I will, hopefully. As in Östersund or the hotel? No, Östersund is nice. Östersund is very nice, and it's a really good place for biathlon, I think, because the track is beautiful. Okay, can be a little windy, a lot windy actually, but we are sure to have snow early in the season, and it's a good place to start the season. Really, it's a very relaxed place. People love biathlon. We've had a good turnout from people, and spectators are great. They've been supporting all athletes, and I think it's been a good week. What do you think? Actually, I'm going to ask you a question and say, what's been the best moment of your week? And do I like Russia? I've never been, but I will be in Tumen, so let's chat after Tumen and I can tell you. Do I like my job? I love it. It's fantastic, and let's be honest, I mean, it's super close to the athletes. I can get to watch lots of live sport, and it's really good. As if I can ski, I personally used to be an alpine skier, not very good, but I did it professionally, and I also can do cross country a little bit. So, I also done some shooting sometime. I wasn't too shabby. So my personal highlights of the week, that's a tough question. There's been many. I would say probably interview with Lena Heikki from Switzerland yesterday. She was over the moon. If you haven't watched it, there's a nice clip on YouTube, and it's basically like joy in a picture. Absolutely fantastic. She's been overwhelmed by the joy of finishing fourth. Oh yes, Kevin, hi. Welcome to this morning breakfast. Yeah, that was really superb. Very hard to say anything else, really. Yes, of course. The plan is actually to have periscopes from all the venues. Pokluka just the same. Hopefully the internet will be as good as here in Sweden. And yeah, the idea is to keep the same format, so very likely there will be a Periscope chat with an athlete to begin the week, and then we will have Periscope with the winners of the competitions, or if the winner is not comfortable doing it, or you know, if we want to spice it up and change a little bit or find another story. But anyway, we will have a chat with one of the athletes on the podium of every race, and then one to finish like this one. Ooh, funnest biathlon athletes I've talked to. Well, thank you. What will the funniest one? The funniest one, I would say Michael Roche. He was nuts in a good way. Or actually many people. The French team is super funny. Anaïs Bescon, I really liked her. She's no good. Maybe the next year for the long live chat. We are working on it. So as soon as we get to know it, we will let you know it. But it's a good chance it's going to be someone good. Good morning. So, as an athlete, as a journalist, I should not have a favorite one. No, I think if you want to ask me, well, I'm Italian, so I could probably say the Italian team. So I'm gonna go with the easy one and say Doro Vera, but just because I talked to her many times and she's lovely. Do I like the last podium? Men or women? Daria? In any case, the answer is yeah, for both. Men was, wow, what a race, was a competition. I mean, how could you ask for anything better? You had Foucault, who seemed to be in the lead until the very end, and then like two mistakes you wouldn't expect. And the Russians did a fantastic job there. So, no, I think superb competition, the pursuit. What's been your favorite competition of the week? It's been a long week here in Östersund. We had the 2 relays, we had the 2 individuals, the 2 sprints, and then the 2 pursuits. So let me know. So I'm having a bit of coffee because 8 a.m. is early even for me. I think my favorite one probably has been, the pursuits yesterday. Both very exciting competitions. Or the mixed relays. I'm a super fan of the relays. I personally love them. What's been your highlight, really? Or if you want, we can move on. I'm here for your questions. Pursuit most exciting? Yeah, women's sprint. Yeah, women's sprint was nice. Do you like the sprint or the individual more? I personally prefer the individual between the two because it's longer. I don't know. I feel like the sprint goes on too fast, but really, it's hard to say that there's one that we don't like. But yeah, contact races. It's fantastic, and athletes love it when you can cross the finish line and you're first, and you don't have to wait until the very last one. So I think so. I mean, I can give you a little teaser because this week we had a long chat with Doro Vera, and she has had 3 wins last year. She won Crystal Globe in the individual, but she said like a favorite memory was winning in Kenmore because of this special feeling of crossing the line first and knowing. Hold on a second, because I have a colleague to say goodbye to. That was Marian. He's part of the team. He's the cameraman. So when you have fantastic images from the place, and when you see my interviews, he's the guy filming. So it's super fundamental. Why was the wax so important yesterday? Okay, that's a bit technical, but basically yesterday we started having very different conditions from the rest of the week. Because outside is stormy, but it's a storm coming from the Atlantic, so it's very warm. And I think when the men especially competed, it was 6 degrees above the zero and very windy, very humid. So the snow was completely different from what we had really, especially during the individual and the relays. The snow was basically ice back then, and on an icy course you could basically wax with everything and the skis would be fast. Whereas yesterday was such a humid and warm snow, the wax gets super fundamental because then the snow is thick and the skis just don't go. So even like the tiny detail of the wax changes completely the speed of your skis. And after all, you know, they had 10 and 12 kilometers to run, and if your skis are slow, then it gets very hard to get to the end of the competition. It's I think it's very fascinating, the word of waxing. We are actually planning on do a YouTube interview clip, especially with the Austrians, because they have a new system, and so far it seems like it's paying off. Austria's had a good week, especially Hauser. I would probably put Hauser as surprise of my first week here. What do you think? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can, meaning from one World Cup location. Yeah, that's the great thing I think about biathlon, is that even though the format can stay the same, you know, changing location, so many things can change. Now we're going to Pokljuka. Pokljuka has one of the hardest courses, one of the hardest ski tracks of the season. So everything can change really. Besides, the snow will be different. At the minute is the conditions are getting good in Pokljuka, but most of the snow will be artificial. So also the waxing will be different for athletes. And then the hills are very steep in Pokljuka, so it will be a different story for many. Skiing will become very important, but also the managing of your heart rate getting to the shooting range, because with such a hard track it will be tough to keep the heart rate at a good range. So it's different. I mean, like you can see, especially with I think we can talk easily about Matan Foucault. He's won everything everywhere, but he's never won a competition in Pokljuka. It can be by chance a little bit, but maybe analyzing a little bit, it can be different. So let's start with Pokljuka. I've been. Pokljuka is a beautiful place in Slovenia. I say that to everyone: if you have the chance, go, because the competitions are really good. The atmosphere is fantastic and the place is beautiful. There's a nice valley, beautiful alpine setting, and then you're close to Bled. Actually, in Pokljuka you only have the racing center, you don't have hotels or a town. You go down to Bled, and Bled is really one of the most beautiful places in the Alps. And I don't say that because I live nearby, even though I'm Italian, but it really is. You have the you have the church in a small island in the middle of the lake, the castle, well, the lake itself. So that's cool. Can you please post the same question about Korea? Because I'm not sure I remember it, so I don't want to answer something else. If I'm not mistaken, was something about the excitement of the new World Cup stage. Am I right? Well, if so, that's going to be interesting. Many athletes are actually looking forward to testing the course. Many have competed in Pyeongchang for the World Championships many years ago, and of course it will be very different. Again, as we're speaking about wax, the conditions of snow in the Far East are very different. Korea and Japan have similar snow conditions because they get lots of snow, but it's very cold. So especially for Europeans, it's sometimes tough to adapt to this kind of snow. Maybe people from Scandinavia are a bit more used to it because they can get similar snow. People from continental Europe a little less, because generally when it snows with temperatures around zero, especially at the bottom of the valleys where you have the cross country. So that could influence a little bit. Then it's also true that they made major works to make the stadium and the track at the best for the Olympics. So yeah, many athletes are looking forward to go to Korea and test the place and learn the tricks before they go to Olympics next year, because for many 2018 will be a very important point in their career. Many are actually starting to think like, hey, next, Olympics could be a good place to stop. Okay, what I think about the single mix relay, I think it's a fantastic format. It's really good. It's fast-paced, it's entertaining, and I also think it's really good for small countries, because this way they can have a competitive team. And let's be honest, we love relays because it's very emotional, and I think it involves a larger public, because you end up cheering for your country rather than the person. And a single mixed is a chance for smaller countries to have a very competitive team. I'm thinking, no offense to any, if I'm saying I don't mean small in a bad way, but let's think about Latvia, and they have a competitive team with Rostov Guye and Babica. Okay, I'm from Italy, and I've been in around biathlon quite a while, but it's the first year I work for IBU, so it's all kind of new and exciting for me, and I hope I can, send these emotions to you. No, I gotta say, maybe I'm used to it. No, so far so good. Most of them speak very well, or might take the time to think about the words, but they're good. Thank you. Hopefully you like what I'm doing, and you will see more of me. For this year, I will be doing, of course, Östersund, now it's over, and then going to Pokluka and Nove Mesto. Then there will be another colleague of mine, and he's absolutely fantastic, so you will love him. He's called René, and he will be covering the two German stages, Antolz and the World Championships, and then back with me for the end of the season. So lots of pressure to finish well. And as I said, hopefully I can get my Russian good for Tumen. Yeah, it's true that there are many youngsters coming up. I think I haven't noticed a general trend, but I can say that many do very good things. They definitely are dangerous, and of course this could be a transition year for many of them. So we can expect a bit of up and down, and but really, there's a good prospect for the future for many of them. We've named Hauser already. She's basically perfect at the shooting range, really precise. She's improving her skiing, so that's good. Heikki, we've seen her yesterday. She's improved her shooting in a terrific way. And also think she's very smart. She knows her strengths, and if you listen to her interview yesterday, she's been saying that when she got passed by these fast skiers, she knew she couldn't hold their pace and decided instead to keep her own pace and shoot well. And it paid off. So it was a good execution of the tactics. It's not easy because, you know, if sometimes you get passed by someone so good, they, you know, you want to follow them and then you screw everything. Yes, I talked to a few of them. I would say the one that speaks the best English is Bidrushna. She has a good English, yeah. Yeah, Lena was fantastic. What's the IBU World Cup series? So we had Östersund this week. Now we're moving to Pokljuka for next week, so Slovenia. Then Nove Miesto, which is Czech Republic, so home for Gabi. Is it skiing? What do you mean? Then we have Ruhpolding Oberhof Antons, or Oberhof Ruhpolding Antons, now I can't remember. What sport is IBU? Biathlon. We're talking about biathlon here. So cross country and shooting, that's the sport. And if you are not familiar, you should start watching because it's absolutely fantastic. So we said Antolz, then Hochfilzen, Austria for the World Championships, and then we do Pyeongchang, Tumen, and then the finals in Oslo. So caps will be given in Norway this year. Hopefully it won't be as windy as in Hantimazinsk last year. Good. Hello from Santa Monica. Wow, we have American fans. I'm an athlete, not anymore, and I never competed in biathlon. I competed in alpine skiing, so still cold and snow, but I was going downhill, and I think I wouldn't be too good at going up hills. Happy holidays, thank you. It's actually very festive here, and I gotta say that after 10 days here, they've been playing Christmas songs at any time of the day in the hotel, and that actually made me happy, apart from Michael Bublé. Michael Bublé in the morning is a bit too much for me. New Zealand, I'm afraid not yet, not this year. At least I haven't seen any, but they could be coming. There is a federation, so why not? We have Australian fans. We have some Australians in the past, and so I don't see why New Zealand shouldn't. Now I think it's soon time to finish this chat. I hope you enjoyed, so I'll give you space for 1 or 2 more questions. Okay. Wow, so many questions for that. The song from the championships in Oslo, yes I did. Not a big fan, gotta be honest. IBU Cup has started. We had already the first stage in Biathlon 2 weeks ago, and it will go on for the rest of the season. This year again we have Junior Cup as well, where these competitions for juniors, and with many athletes doing so well coming from the juniors, I think it's a good idea to help them transitioning. Yeah, seems like good fun. Yes, I am. Now, I hope you enjoyed this chat, and thank you. Yeah. Jerry is working from home, so there's his job still with IBU, but in a different way. The event, you can always watch it on TV if your country is showing it. Most countries do, but if not, there's an official stream from Eurovision Sports, and is available on the Biathlon World website. There's a link at the top. Well, I hope you enjoyed this chat. I finish my coffee and start my day because it's travel day. It's time to fly to Pokljuka because a new stage is about to kick in. Thank you so much everyone, and see you in Pokljuka.